Hi everyone, welcome to the Dice Tower. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be looking at a very approachable card game by well-renowned designer Rainer Knizia. This game is called MEOW. Here's the three-player setup for a game of MEOW. Players will be dealt 9 cards into their hand that they will keep secret and only look at themselves. The cards are broken out into 3 different suits: pink, green, and blues. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to have the hands of cards face up. Know that when you play, they are secret hands of cards facing you. Every player has 9 cards dealt to them. This is what is called a trick-taking game. If you're not familiar with that term, I will explain it to you here shortly. If you're familiar with it, you'll kind of understand the shorthand. So each player has a different variety of cards of numbers 1 through 18 in them, in the 3 different suits. There's also a first player marker, this little kitty cat token, and then there are 9 tokens that are face up here in the middle. Starting here from the front and then moving to the side, we will be playing 1 card each, and the highest value of all the cards will win the frontmost token. And then we'll play another 1 card each around the table, and then whoever has the highest valued card will win the next token. Some of these are positive, these green ones, and some of them are negative, the red ones. You'll notice that the game will play over 3 rounds. There are 9 tokens here. The next 9 will be a reshuffle and redistribution of the cards. Then after these 9, we'll play one last set of 9 cards. There are 3 unused tokens each game. So if I were the first player here, maybe I want to try and win this 6-point token. Well, how can I do that? The way to do that is to play a high-valued card. So maybe I would play the 18 pink. So I have led with pink as the color card. This means that the next player must play a pink card from their hand if they have one. They do. They have 6, 11, and 9. Oh, I should look at these values. They face the camera. 6, 11, and 6, 11, and 16. Well, none of these is higher than the starting color, so they're going to play their lowest one, the 6 maybe. Coming here to the other player, they only have 1 pink card, so they have to play that particular one. So now we look at the highest card of the starting color, which is my 18, which is the cute illustration, of course. So that means that I won what is called a trick. That is a trick if you're not familiar with it. So these cards will go to the side, and I'll grab the 6-point token in front of me. I won that. I had the highest of the 3 cards, so I'll keep that first player token, meaning that I will start the next one. Well, I don't really want to win this negative 7-point card, so I might go ahead and play something, say, like this, a 5 pink. So pink is now, again, the starting color, and so the next player has to play another card, even though they have lower numbers of other colors that they would rather play. If you have a pink, you have to play it. So this player will put out their lowest value pink card, an 11. We come over here to the third player. They have the choice now, because they don't have pink cards, they can play either blue or they can play green. Green is what is called in trick-taking games the trump suit, meaning that green, if able to be played, will beat out all of the other colors. So this player played the lowest green card they had, even though it's lower than the other numbers of the table, because it belongs to the trump suit. That means they would win. Green, if able to be played, can beat out all of the others. They don't want to do that, so what they'll do instead is they will play something else of low value, maybe this blue 2. They could even play out, if they wanted, the blue 13, right? They could play any card they want. And this 13 is not the highest value card of these 3, because whoever leads out in a color, that is the color that we're going to value as the highest. So in this case, even though this number is higher, it doesn't follow suit or it doesn't have the same color, and it's not the trump color, so it will not win. In this case, the player here who played a matching starting suit and has the highest number will win this negative 7-point token. Too bad for them. But they will also get the first player token, and now they will lead out with another color. So, so it just kind of continues down the way here. One other small little wrinkle to the rule is, let's say, when we're playing for this number 10, let's say that we got to the point here, all these tokens have been distributed out. I want to get this number 10 card, or 10 value token. I might play what is the highest value card that I could possibly think of, the 18 of the winning suit, the trump suit. So the next player has to play something out here. Now this player, following green, could play the number 1. This is one of those few cases in the game. This is a special edge case rule. A 1 of a color will beat the 18 of that same color. Therefore, this player would win that token, and then they would become the start player, and then, you know, you go on and so on and so forth. So then at the end of the game, you'll go through all of the tokens, right? There's a lot of negatives as well as positives. Let's just talk about what all the tokens do. If I had this in front of me, let's just ignore all of these, and we'll just talk about scoring, right? You look at the positive scores in front of you, so I have a 6 and I have a 1, and I have these negative tokens. This one is worth negative 10 points. That's bad. So why would you grab these normal-looking kind of fish tokens? These simply allow you to cancel out the negative effects of a token. You may choose to use it. This, if you have just one broken vase token, is worth 0 points, but if you have 2 of them together, this total is negative 20. I don't want that, so I could spend another one of these fish eraser tokens that I got to cover up one of these vases. Therefore, because that's also gone, this token's worth 0, and so I'll have 7 points at the end of the game. So you play 3 rounds. In between each round, you shuffle up the cards, and then you deal them out again, and that's how you play MEOW. So right off the bat, I want to say this is a very approachable, easy to understand game. And I think that this is going to be really, really great for people who have never played a trick-taking game before, right? That's what this style of game is called, when everyone at the table plays one card, and then you see who played the highest of the starting color, and was there a trump suit or something like that. There's a lot of games like this, and in fact, I've taught many people their first trick-taking game before. When I first learned a trick-taking game, there's an oddness to the cadence of it. It's kind of difficult to wrap your head around it. So this one fills a really nice niche of being a very good first trick-taking game. There's a lot of classic ones like spades and hearts and stuff, and there's always something kind of silly or odd about the scoring that's very hard to grasp both the flow of the game and also kind of the purpose of it. This one lays everything out so straightforward and well. Here's 9 tokens. We play for this one first. Play the cards, highest gets it. Next one. Play the cards, get it. Next one. I like that. I think that that's really approachable and great. I like the mix of the positive and the negative, so it kind of sets people up for, in the future, learning, hey, in these types of games, you don't want to try to win every single one of them. Each game has their own scoring, right? Each trick-taking game has their own kind of scoring, and so there's different reasons for that. But this one makes it very straightforward, puts it out front and center. 3 rounds, it doesn't outstay its welcome. So there's all of those positives for that very specific purpose of, hey, if you've never played one before, if you want to introduce other people to it, if you want to introduce kids to it as well, this works really great for younger age. My 5-year-old daughter understands this game extremely well. I think the packaging says maybe 8+ on it, but you can go way younger than that. Now, what I'm about to say here is that all the positives in one regard are also negatives for the other regard. If you like Reiner Knizia games, you like to pick up a lot of his titles because he makes really good, you know, thoughtful games and stuff. This might not be for you if you already know other trick-taking games. This doesn't really offer anything new and exciting if you've played other ones. You might say, this is cute, and it's going to eventually fade because the luck of the deal of the cards. There's only 3 colors of cards, right? Most trick-taking games, I would say most, use at least 4 suits, right? Standard deck of cards. Some use 5 and so on. And so it leads to different kind of opportunities to try and read the players at the table. This one, it's very hard to play out all of the cards of a single color and then maximize and benefit from that, right? Because, oh, I finally played out all of my blues. It's also likely that every other player has kind of played out their blues, or there's little opportunity to capitalize on someone leading with the blue, and ha 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 ha, I get to play the green, the trump card, and the trump suit, and I get to take advantage of that. It's a little bit harder with just the 3 colors, and so if you're an experienced player, you might not like that. But only 3 colors of cards is very approachable, right? So I keep kind of doing this. If you're in one camp, not going to be a game for you. It's not going to have that much dynamism and replayability. On the other hand, the purpose of this, I think, is not to be infinitely replayable. You're not going to be playing the classic game of MEOW for years and years to come. You're going to play it to introduce people, to see if they like this kind of cadence of card game. And if they do, there's much better games that you will then move on to. Move on to Spades or Hearts, or buy another one of these, published kind of ones. Like I said, I play this with my 5-year-old daughter. She gets it really easily. But I also can't help but notice that myself as the adult, or I should say the experienced person, I would rather play actually another Reiner Knizia trick-taking game that was published very recently called Marshmallow Test. That one also works really well, I think, as a first introductory trick-taking game. It also works well introducing the concept to kids or to other people, and it also has more interesting bite for me as the player. And so for that reason, I like MEOW. I think it's so charming in ways. There's an advanced rules variant where you can remove certain cards, and then you have perfect information, right? You remove cards so that there's not that excess number of cards to the side. You know that there's 1 through 7 of every suit, and then the 18, because the 1 beats the 18. And so you're looking at cards, okay, the other players at the table have every other card in the game. That's not what this game is about. So anyway, I would give this, I'm going to review this as like a kid score. I'm going to give this one a kid 6, because it's more interesting for the kids and a little bit less interesting for maybe you as the parent, right? But I'm biased because me as the parent have played lots of trick-taking games before. So I like it, but I can't help but notice that there's other games that maybe do what this game is good at a little bit better. But still, if you see it, if it's affordable, maybe this will serve a good purpose in your household. So that's my thoughts on MEOW by Reiner Knizia and Cranio Creations. My name is Chris. Thank you for coming by the Dice Tower. Have a great day.